Have you ever looked around at your life and just thought, something isn't right? Something just feels off. And it's not because your life is terrible, and it's not because you're ungrateful, but because deep down, you know that you have outgrown something. Maybe it's a relationship or a job. Maybe it's a role that you've been playing for years that just doesn't feel right anymore. Maybe it's the life that you built. And maybe the hardest part is that you can't even fully explain it. You just know that what once felt right just doesn't anymore. If you've been feeling restless, stuck, disconnected, frustrated, or like you're just standing between who you've been and who you're becoming, this episode is for you. Are you ready to win despite everyone who's ever said you wouldn't? Then let's go. It's time to prove those doubters wrong. Hi, and welcome to the Last Laugh, No Apologies podcast. I'm your host, Kristine Christensen. I'm a mom, passionate entrepreneur, and success coach. If you're ready to finally flip the script on all those doubts in your head and the doubters in your life that have been holding you back, you, my friend, are in the right place. It's time to dust off that crown, show them what you're made of, and remind them that you are the main character in this life story. Get ready, because you're about to make them regret that they ever doubted you, and I'm here to cheer you on. Each week, we'll dive into mindset shifts, inspiring stories, and practical strategies that are designed to help you realize your worth, embrace the amazing woman that you are, and step into your power so you can start living your life unapologetically. It's time for some real talk, some laughs, and some transformation. Are you ready? Okay, let's dive into today's episode. Hey, it's Kristine. Welcome back to the Last Laugh, No Apologies podcast. I am so glad you're here. I think that one of the most confusing seasons in life is when your life no longer really fits you, because nothing necessarily falls apart. Sometimes everything looks fine from the outside. You still have the responsibilities. People are still depending on you. And you're still showing up every day. But inside, you know that something has shifted. You start craving more space, more freedom, more alignment, and more authenticity. And you really start to notice things that didn't ever bother you before. You might feel uncomfortable in situations that you found yourself tolerating for years. You might feel pulled towards something different, even if you don't know exactly what that is yet. And that is where so many people start to fucking judge themselves. They might start to think, what the hell is wrong with me? Why can't I just be happy? Why the hell am I so restless lately? But I want to ask you something. What if your restlessness isn't a problem? What if it's really just information? What if it's your soul trying to get your attention? So I want you to take a deep breath right now and just ask yourself, what feels heavy in my life right now? And just take a minute and pause and really think. No judgment, just the first thing that comes up. And then what feels forced right now? What feels draining in my life? What no longer feels like me anymore? And then we're going to kind of shift gears here. And I want you to ask, what feels expansive right now for me? What makes me feel alive? What's energizing me? And my favorite, what do I secretly wish I had more of? Now, I don't want you to judge the answers that come up. Just listen and reflect on them. Just notice them. Awareness always comes before the change does. I've found that so many people try to force themselves to stay inside lives that they've already outgrown. Not because they want to, but because change feels so fucking scary, right? We all know this. It's the unknown. The unknown is what feels so scary. Disappointing people feels scary. Starting over feels very fucking scary. But you know what else does? It's staying in a life that no longer fits. Because that comes with a cost too. And if we're being honest, it comes with so many costs. And the longer that we ignore ourselves, the more disconnected we become. The goal isn't to burn everything down and start over. Although I know some people have great luck with that. What I'm talking about is having a goal that just starts with listening, getting curious about what else there really is, and then to honor what your life is trying to teach you. If your life is feeling uncomfortable right now, first, you are not alone. There are so many of us that are feeling the same thing. But I want to remind you that it doesn't automatically mean that you're failing. That's something that I've struggled with too, and I still do at times. Sometimes the discomfort is simply a sign of growth. Sometimes the life that once fit you no longer does. And you know what? That's okay. Growth often starts with awareness. And so this week, instead of asking, what the hell is wrong with me? Because if you're tuning into this podcast, you probably have asked yourself that a time or two. And I want you to instead ask, what am I being invited to outgrow? And you might be surprised by the answer. I want to thank you for being here. And also to remind you that you are allowed to evolve and you are allowed to want more. You are allowed to create a life that fits the person that you're becoming. You deserve that.